Corruption remains a scourge on national development. The siphoning off of funds and depriving our people of resources for investments in better schools, hospitals, roads, and other infrastructure. It affects everybody in a very real way in their daily lives.
Bless up ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl and Isabella Rose, and in this one, more highlights from the outstanding budget presentation via opposition leader Mark Golding, as well as the Labour Rights has questions, stating that the plans laid out by Mark Golding is unworkable. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Notification shout out goes to Junior Neville. Big up yourself, Junior. Thanks for the continued support from each and every one. So as I stated, ABR family, more highlights from Mark Golding's brilliant budget presentation. When I tell you that he laid out plans upon plans, it's more than what the Labour Rights had expected. They didn't expect Mark Golding to come out and hammer them like that. When I tell you, and you can see it up there on your screen, from NHT plans that include our civil servants, go right down to the low income, the grassroots type of people. It was laid out for all, not only for some, but for all to benefit. From a scholarship of a tertiary institution per household, go right back down to a meal per child in school to ease the burden of our parents. Can we ask for more than that? Can we ask for more than that? Mark Golding led government showing that they will care for the people, showing that they will put the people first and not just a handful of friends and cronies and families. And so we're seeing also that Mark Golding plans to stop the 11.4 billion drawdown from the NHT to fund the budget, right? To which this very same government had a problem with Portia Simpson Miller, who did a one-time use of the NHT drawdown to fix the economy that the Jamaica Labour Party government mashed up, right? And at that time, the Jamaica Labour Party had a problem with it, even took the matter to court.
That in principle, you believe that NHT funds should be ring-fenced to be used for NHT contributors?
It should be ring-fenced to use for the objects and purposes of the legislation, yes.
So let's just say the court ruling goes either way. Let's say there is a court ruling that says, no, actually, the government can use it for whatever it wants. You have your belief in principle. Does that mean that as Prime Minister, you would then follow through on those principles?
Yes, my
either
principles
amend the
remain.
law if necessary,
Yes.
and ensure, in fact, that the dipping into the piggy bank doesn't occur?
And I tell you why.
That's a commitment?
It stands as a commitment.
Only for them when they form the government, and for 9 years, they have been using 11.4 billion from the NHT to fund the budget. That's 99 and counting billion that could have used to build affordable houses for our civil servants and low income. Now, following all of the proposal and the plans of the People's National Party, we're seeing the Labour Rights, them, even the MPs running out, stating that the children getting subsidized bus fare is unworkable, but yet still they are the same ones who are collecting traveling allowances every single month, and that's coming from our budget. They are having a problem with school kids getting a free meal per day that was laid out by Julian Robinson. But they don't have a problem with the ministers getting a free meal. every single day. And that's coming from taxpayers' budget. But yet still we see Dana Morris says they will provide a meal to underperforming students. And that's simply showing me that they're just saying that to say it. They don't really mean it, because if they're having a problem with giving a meal per child in school, one meal, but they don't have a problem with collecting that meal for themselves. Make that make sense. And might I add, this was rolled out by Damian Crawford from back in 2020. They claim that no plans from the People's National Party will work, but as soon as they form government, they are quick and able and ready to use those plans. What a photocopy government. What a copycat government. Now we're seeing them asking about the cost and how the People's National Party plans to fund those proposals. I see one of them run out on the Renegade platform this morning and coming to asking. Me see a few of them run over upon my channel and I'm a comment section asking how Mark Golding will fund his plan. And like every other government, whatever proposal, now the budget them are going to use. So if them have $1.26 trillion, now must it them are going to use no taxpayers' money, no the tax money we me and you pay them are going to use, and no money from out of them pocket. We couldn't expect Mark Golding to come roll out these plans and use money from out of his pocket or out of his business. But on the same hand, Faval rolled out a few give back, like the 4,000 JPS credit, and them never question her as to where she planned to get that money from. Right? The budget of 2024-25 has a shortfall of $45 billion. I'll no Faval can't tell me how them are going to plug that or how they plan to remedy that. They're not asking Faval those questions. But they want come ask Mark Golding. Go ask the government. Them no question the cost of the massive overrun of 20-odd billion by Cornwall Regional Hospital. Them not ask about that, The ministers, them sit in the parliament and laughing, chuckling away at them who are sick and in pain, because the ministers, them can take a flight any minute, any moment and go overseas for them health care. Right? But let me tell you now a little of how those things can be funded as well. If the Prime Minister stop with the whole heap of PR and cut out all of the whole heap of PR and ribbon cutting for hand over on social housing, all of them stuff, the ribbon and the camera and this and that takes money from out of the public coffers. If him reduce all of that, then we can pay for some hospital supplies and pay for some equipments that what people need. Right? If he allows the Integrity Commission to eradicate corruption as much as possible by giving them what they desire as it pertains to his statutory declaration, amongst him and the other 7 illicit enrichers who are under investigation, corruption will give us more money in our budget so we can use it to fund all of these proposals that are laid out. So now come ask Mark Golding anything. We don't have an authority if you ask Mark Golding. Go ask the government. Go ask the government of the day. Mark Golding no need to come tell you so the government can take it and implement it like a for them own. When the government call the election, then Mark Golding can roll out the manifesto and you will see how these things will be funded.
Corruption remains a scourge on national development. The siphoning off of funds and depriving our people of resources for investments in better schools, hospitals, roads and other infrastructure. It affects everybody in a very real way in their daily lives. Corruption diverts resources from intended purposes and therefore reduces such investments.
As a politically independent country, we could have achieved much more
were it not for corruption in its many forms. Whether it is corruption that is causing leakage of revenue, which is such an important issue now, given the fact, Mr. Speaker, that governments have to be so responsible for the fiscal outcomes of their policies, or whether it is by virtue of just the perception of the country being corrupt that investors, when they are looking at the options, will say, I can't bother doing business with this country.
Anyways, my good and faithful ABR family, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Jump on the comments in the comment section with me and say, get this video to at least 5,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.